The thing is about Conor is all about fighting, man. He's the real deal.
How good, by the way. I say, God, he's jacked. Even just a light tricep
Oh my
touch, he's
God,
jacked.
those are-
Sorry,
Yo, chill out, man.
sorry. I was getting excited.
Yeah, man.
I was watching that night
Touching the guests.
in Brooklyn.
Touch the merchandise.
It was a WWE weekend, so I watched NXT, and then everyone goes to a bar in Brooklyn to watch the Conor Diaz Part 2. And I'm very hyperbolic, but I enjoy it about UFC because I still believe we are relatively in the early days, right? So it's interesting to me to be a fan of a sport in the early days of that sport. And I said, to me, just like I said, Ronda was the first star, I believe Diaz McGregor 2 was the first cultural classic of UFC.
You're right.
When you were watching it, were you like, holy shit, this is Hagler Hearns. It was fucking amazing.
Isn't it crazy watching in a bar too? I mean, listen, I sit in the best seat for the best fights in the world, right? I want to go to a bar. Everybody tells me what it's like going to bars to watch the UFC. It said everybody's going crazy.
Oh, they were going
fucking
nuts for this fight. Were you, even by your standards, did you know that it would be that good?
Yes. I was watching it unfold in front of me, man. It was the perfect fight. I mean, the problem is when you do these mega fights most of the time, all this hype and everything else. Look, Mayweather Pacquiao sucked.
What? That's an understatement.
The worst thing than the fight was that I bought 10 tickets to that thing. Okay, that was worse than actually the fight. It was.
Imagine the regular people who bought pay-per-view for that bullshit.
Right.
I mean, you're disrespecting the fans when you do bullshit.
So true. And listen, it hurt the sport. It hurt boxing, man.
It did.
That one really hurt. And so normally, you have all this hype and all this buildup. Man, that thing lived up to every ounce of hype, and it was awesome.
Did you hope to get the next one in New York? Did you think there was a chance you would get 3, or are they going to get away from it?
You can't do 3. Here's the thing, okay? So Conor McGregor is this guy where if a fight falls out, this guy will step up. He doesn't give a shit, man. He's legitimately that guy. I've been on the phone and I've stood in the living room many times and looked guys in the face when their opponent pulls out. Nobody faces that adversity the way that Conor McGregor does. It's awesome, and it makes me respect him very much. So that's why I give this guy way more rope than I give anybody else.
I was going to take you into this conversation.
Oh, I
we'll
do.
Come back
It's
to that
a
in minute.
fact. I do.
I felt like he kind of disrespected the boss a couple of times. I want to know what the boss has to say about
Conor
that.
can say whatever the hell he wants to, man. The guy steps up on 4 days' notice.
All right.
He can tell you whatever
and
he
he delivers
wants.
the buys too. I mean, he's a big part of that.
Listen, he's awesome, man. At the end of the day, it's not about whether you did. We're in a fight game, man.
That's right.
Who really wants to fight? That dude wants to fight. I promise you. So he ends up saying, "Let's do this Nate Diaz thing." Dude, he's 2 weight classes heavier than you, and he doesn't care. So we do the fight. Conor has to try to weigh 168, right? When they're weighing in at 170. The night of the fight, Diaz comes in at 190, right? Now, Conor McGregor is a 45, 55-pound guy. And if you look at the wars he's had with Diaz, you can only have so many of those wars in your career, man. And it doesn't make sense. That's why we have weight classes. It ended up being an amazing fight, but you don't want to keep doing that.
So, but there will be one more, though, right?
I don't know.
Come on, we can't leave. Can you even leave us? You can't leave it 1-1.
1-1's good, man. I mean, they shouldn't have fought in the first place. You know what I mean?
I know, but like for this to be part of lore, the public will eventually force the hand on this fight. I don't care what you say.
We'll see what happens.
And
You don't believe him because he's already lied to you one time.
No.
Boldface
He's a
lied to you
gamer.
one time.
Yeah, boldface. He's a gamer. This is what he does.